What's up, y'all? It's your boy Rifty here, back here with another video. As you can see, I'm not that hyped today due to the aesthetic I put up, so I want y'all to have a nice little moment to listen to it. Yeah, like that. Alright, so today we're gonna be doing scary animations. It's my first type of video, so please don't judge. But anyways, I hope y'all enjoy. Oh, by the way, these animations by Wansi Entertainment. Make sure you go subscribe and turn notifications on. Alright, so the first animation we're going to be watching is the Grandma Horror Story animated. So enjoy it.
When I was in elementary school, I had a friend who lived right next door. We used to go to school together all the time. One day, I was standing in front of my friend's house waiting for her as usual, and I realized that she was kind of strange when she came out. She looked kind of bemused. When I looked more closely, she was breaking out in a cold sweat. Feeling something strange, I asked my friend what was going on, and she started telling me a story about her dream. She started to dream the same dream she had from long ago. A kind-looking old lady always comes out in her dreams, and she cooks meals for her and then she eats it all. My friend had a lot of conversations with her because she gave
Bruh, I see no issue here, bruh. She just trying to make you a nice food and have a nice little convo with you. Man.
her such a good impression. The most amazing thing was when she woke up. She felt full, as if she had actually eaten, even though it was just a dream. My friend lived alone with her maternal grandmother at the time, but on another day when my friend was about to go to school, she repeatedly requested one thing from her with a scary face. Do not follow the stranger or anyone today, okay? Do not. My friend was confused for a moment, but reassured her grandmother, telling her not to worry, and then went to school. However, nothing happened all day. And that night, she fell asleep, and the old lady appeared in her dream as usual, and made her a meal. She was enjoying her meal, and all of a sudden, the old lady asked my friend to go somewhere with her.
Oh nah, bro. I would have pinched my butt or something to get out of there. Like, look at her hands, bro. Look at her hands. Need to clip them nails. Ew. Probably got food underneath of them. I'm sorry.
She held the old lady's hand and tried to follow her thoughtlessly. However, she then remembered what her grandmother said to her in the morning, so she let go of her hand and refused to go. Then she saw her face turn scary at that moment. The old lady suddenly grabbed the back of my friend's neck and began to drag her somewhere, and no matter how hard she tried to escape, she wouldn't budge at all. While she was trembling with fear, she then remembered the other thing that her grandmother had told her in the morning. If you're dragged by someone in your dreams, don't panic. Just slam your head against somewhere, like a wall or a pillar. Then you will wake up from your dream. Understand? My friend, who remembered the advice, saw a tree in front of her and tried to hit her head, but suddenly, the old lady laughed as she pulled my friend's head. Who taught you this? Oh, I see. Your grandmother did. So she failed to wake up and was being dragged away from her dream. And the old lady's cane suddenly caught her eye. At that moment, she bumped her head with all her strength on the stick, and then finally woke up from her dream. I got goosebumps listening to my friend, since it was early in the morning. Anyway, my friend, who had been absent-minded all day, started skipping school the following day. I was worried about her, so I went to her house, but the door didn't open, and she didn't answer the phone. A month later, my friend called me, and she asked me to come over to her house.
Nah, bro. Look at that smile. You could tell she unbrushed her teeth. Nah, bro.
With curiosity, I ran to her house, and when I saw her again, she looked emaciated, and the atmosphere around her was quite different. Most of all, she kept laughing to herself like crazy. She dragged me into the house, took me to a room, and said this: "Hey, you see my granny? She's crazy." Then she began to giggle more, and I unconsciously turned my eyes to the room. Her grandmother, looking into the air continuously, was begging desperately in a small, tiny room without a beam of light. Her face seemed afraid of something, and she kept muttering the same words. "I didn't, teacher. That was not me. Please, I'm sorry. I'm sorry." Later I heard that her grandmother had passed away shortly after, and my friend has been hospitalized because of the shock. Come to think of it now, wasn't the food she always ate in her dreams a meal for her grandmother, who would die soon?
Dang, bro, she got, wow. So the second animation we're gonna be watching is my teacher got fired and now she's trying to kill us. That's concerning, but okay.
My name is Karen.
Ooh, we got a little potato salad Karen on our hands. Yes, sir.
And this happened when I was 14 years old. I had the best teacher ever who was also really kind. She let us do whatever we wanted and didn't care about us at all. I know that it wasn't appropriate for her students. However, because we were young kids, everyone liked her except for one person. He was what we called a nerd. He was smart, but he was a big snitch and really annoying. He always said we all needed to study and not goof around, but everyone ignored him. We heard that our teacher had been fired. There were rumors going around about her. One was that she was fired because the nerd had snitched on her and told his parents. They all complained to the principal. Soon the nerd was bullied a lot because of it, and he finally ended up leaving the school and moving to another one. When he packed his stuff and left the classroom on his last day, I saw him crying and staring at us with a bruised eye. It gave me goosebumps. About 2 years later, on a rainy day, we had to stay inside the classroom. We were just talking, playing, and doing other stuff as usual. When the class was about to start, our teacher told us all to use the bathroom beforehand. So while some of us were walking to the bathroom, we saw that the teacher who had been fired walked into the school. She was calm. As we walked past her, she suddenly looked at us, stopped us, and said, "Wait, I know you. You guys were in my class, right?" She was smiling at us, but somehow she looked very tired, and I felt a bit weird. We replied, "Yes, ma'am." At that very moment, we saw a gang of boys following her, and I could see that they were holding knives with some blood on it. We then started screaming, but all the classrooms were far away from the bathroom, so nobody could hear our desperate screams. Then we turned around and told the teacher and the gang to please go away and spare us. Our teacher glared at us for a while and slowly started smiling. "Don't worry, you are next." As soon as she told us this, someone abruptly pulled out a knife and they all started grabbing us. The next thing I knew, we were dragged onto some kind of big van. My friends and I were crying and terrified. I knew something bad was going to happen. However, at that moment, when they pulled us into a van, we suddenly heard a loud siren. Fortunately, one of the teachers saw when they entered the school and stabbed some of the students. He immediately called the police. After they were arrested, all the students had to go home early and the school closed for a week. It turned out that the gang was hired by former surgeons who were fired for removing people's organs and killing them. Furthermore, our psychopath teacher had been working with them, and she was a murderer who would have murdered parents and raped their kids. A few months after, the whole gang was sentenced to 10 years in prison. She finally received a death sentence. However, that was not all. To our surprise, the police also found out that the nerd had been helping the teacher with murder for a long time. I don't know why he did that, but anyway, he will be charged with helping her with murder when he turns 18.